Good morning, everybody. I've been up for a little while, and I read some of the comments. There's one particular comment I do want to slightly address because it seemed to be a concern, and there was a couple other people who seemed to agree with this person. Now, I don't remember everything. The thing that hit me the most or caught my attention the most was she was talking about why we're not using hospice anymore. Simple explanation: hospice has a certain ruling. And this ruling is if you're a cancer patient and decide to go back onto treatment, you can't use hospice. Hospice does not work with people who are under treatment for a variety of different reasons. I can't go into them. One, because of the fact I don't know them all, and two, I just know that we had sat down with our counselor and other hospice people and said we wanted to go back. We're thinking about going back on treatment because if today, if the nuclear bone scan and the CT scan says that any of the tumors or any of the problems with the bones or any more or questionable issues with the kidney, that one kidney, which I think they should just remove, and I bet you if you remove that one kidney, there's a pretty good strong chance that everything would heal up. But the doctors say it's not necessary because she still has kidney function, whether it's the one good kidney doing all the work or the bad kidney is doing 5% of the work and the other one's doing 95. Don't know. But we're going in today. Well, we're leaving here, or we have to be there by 12 to get her ready for the appointment because she's got to drink a barium concoction that basically makes everything light up like a Christmas tree, which shows the affected areas. But we are not without help. We see if I can put it in words that I don't mess up. We are still getting assistance from what they call a home group. So basically, it's almost like hospice, but it's not hospice. It's under the same umbrella, I guess you'd say. At least that's how they described it. Is they work together. Hospice and this group work together. And it's almost, like I said, it's almost the same thing as hospice, but it's not under the guidelines of like hospice. Most hospice patients have like cancer or some other illness that is terminal, and they may either know their end of life term or whatever. But since Jerry does not have an end of life term right now because she's still, other than the kidney cancer, she's still very healthy. I mean, mentally, spiritually, physically, meh. Until the doctors tell her she can start doing weight bearing on her leg and get rid of that shell. She's healthy. The kidney cancer, yeah, a lot of people might go, well, how can she be healthy with kidney cancer? It depends on your view of what healthy is. First, Jerry's concerned, the only problem she has is the cancer and having to wear that back brace and not weight bearing on her leg. Other than that, she's in pretty good condition. But this they call them it's called home health basically, and what it is they're providing the same basic services that hospice did, with the guise of, okay, she's got cancer, she can't bear weight on this leg, and she has to wear this brace when she's sitting up. So they come in to check her progress, do her vitals, take a look at the scars or the back problems, which are healing nicely. She'll have PT and OT, which she did not have with hospice. She'll have somebody come in to help her with basic needs. I don't know. I think they have a home a person to come in to spend time cleaning. Um, we have somebody from a different group that was provided by our Medicaid or whatever it is that we have that we have for insurance. I can't remember the name of it now. I get confused between Medicaid and Medicare, so I think it's Medicare, but I'm not one for. I'm not sure which one it is. Um, that's the only thing I don't know is it Medicaid or Medicare. I don't remember because they sound so much similar. Um, but you'll have hopefully pretty soon someone who's going to come in, and even if that person just comes in to do some basic stuff for Jerry, and just hang out for her a lot of time, that's fine by me. Um, so I don't know if one or the other groups. The one person I know that's going to spend the 3 hours with Jerry can only deal with stuff that Jerry deals with directly. So she'll deal with the commode, she'll deal with Jerry's um, baths, things like that, but she won't. She cannot change the bedding, she cannot do the dishes, or she cannot clean up areas that everybody else uses. So the dishes is basically on me or mom. The bedding, for the most part, is on me or mom, unless I decide to move into the guest room once it's cleaned up, just so this person can take care of everything, Jerry. So it's it's for me. It's going to be a lot of new stuff to learn, but she will still get the provided medical treatments and whatnot that this new group is going to do. So she's not without a visiting nurse, but she'll have a visiting nurse, a PT, and an OT person if insurance okays it. She'll have a home health care person come in with showers or whatever. Just like she was getting with hospice. The only difference is, like I said, hospice is more geared towards people with end of term terminal illnesses. Now Jerry's illness is not 100% terminal because she's not on her last leg. It's a pun because actually she can only put weight on one leg, but she's not really dying. And if she is dying, it's a slow, unseen death, because spiritually and mentally she is on high, basically, which is good because everybody says as long as you can keep your spirits up and a positive attitude, you'll have a better chance of outliving the cancer, or a better chance of outliving me, because I have not been taking care of myself that well. I need to. The best thing I've done for myself since all this started was a colonoscopy. I have to sit down and make an appointment. I make appointments for my annual checkup plus blood draw. I need to go see a doctor about my eyes. I need to go see a dentist about my teeth. There's a lot of things I need, but I'm more focused on her needs than mine, which, from what I told, a lot of caregivers do that. And I'm like, I never thought of myself as a caregiver. I just thought of myself as somebody who does not concern him. I don't concern myself with my own health. I concern myself with other people that are close to me in their health. So yeah, whether that's just the way I was raised, whether that's just seems natural to me. It really does. It seems natural to worry about other people in your circle of life than yourself, because, well, one, I've never been one to want to be the center of attention, even though I do this, which makes it seem like I want to be the center of attention. No, to put it simply, I'm doing this because I think a lot of the things that each person deals with in their life can be used to help other people deal with what's in their life. That and a factor, I've had a full life. I've been to places that a lot of people can only think about or read about or watch videos about. Um, that that does not give a full does not give you a full sense of what another country could be like unless you hear stories from other people because they've lived there. Even though it was only for 3 years, but I lived there. Um, it's like one of the things that I used to do when I got into high school. I decided to take German as a course just for the points. Basically, I was like, well, let's see how they teach it here in America, and oh, so many arguments about dialect and pronunciation and sentence content. And my biggest thing was like, okay, I see what you're teaching there. What you're teaching is high fluent German, the stuff that is used for businesses, not the common everyday person. I learned it from the streets and how the common everyday person uses it or speaks it. And that was the big that was the big challenge of trying not to be a person who would correct the teachers. I was doing the same thing in world history. Like, no, you don't pronounce it that way. It's pronounced this way. That in effect was a big old argument. Well, Germans were Nazis. No. The true Nazis did not come from Germany. They were with Hitler when they came out of Austria. And if you even mention anything about Hitler and his brigade of Nazism and brainwashing the young people of Germany, you'll get your what for from the Germans themselves. But that's a different area of discussion. But a lot of the things that I talk about on here are from my perspective, what I'm seeing and what I know what's going on in my house. While those who want to speak about us don't know what's going on in my house, don't know the full story, and yet they want to try to concoct or twist things around. I have noticed recently that there are 2 fake Sally Hensons out there now. There's only one real Sally Henson, my mom. She's the only one that will know the truth, know what's going on in this household, and speak the truth or speak her view of what's going on in the house. Just like I will speak my view and Jay will speak her view. Yes, 3 different people, 3 different views. It does not mean that one view is the real view or one view is the only view. Jay has her perspective and her view of what's going on. I have my perspective and my view of what's going on. And my mom has her view and perspective of what's going on. Does not mean any one of the 3 of us is trying to pull the wool over your eyes or tell you a different story. It's our individual perspective. We don't have a collective mind. We don't have scripts. We don't practice anything. We don't talk to each other about our videos until accurate. And granted, Mom will never do her own video because she does not like her face on anything. She doesn't like cameras. She doesn't like anything. But she has offered up to sit alongside with me and do a video to put her 2 cents in. And because of these other 2 people who are trying to say that they're the real Sally Henson, they're not. For several different reasons. I can tell you all kinds of different reasons why they're not. In fact, I would love to sit down and have the so-called Sally Hensons in a chat room and ask some certain questions that only the real Sally Henson would know. Now, her memory might be a little fuzzy, but she'll know them before the other two will, or she'll be able to at least get close enough to the mark to be proven as a real deal. But I don't have to do that because I have the real Sally Henson living in my house. In fact, she's the one who's been making a lot of comments. Now, here's a telltale hint. The real Sally Henson only has her letter for her first name in that little picture box. The other two will have pictures. One has a picture of me when I was younger with the heart in my forehead, which the heart she must have done herself, but the picture could have come off of the internet because my wife loves to put pictures on the internet, and I was a little perturbed at the time, but I just went, you know what? She's happy doing it, that's fine and dandy. I will know the truth of who and what when somebody tries to use one of those pictures to say that they're my mom or my wife. So, yeah. The real Sally Henson is known to me because she lives with me. And she talks to me about all the different stupid stuff that's going on in various areas that she views. That's her choice. But anyhow, I gotta get off this here in a moment because I have to start getting ready to. Well, I've got 2 more minutes. I don't care. But as for the other comment somebody made, I don't know if it's the same person or different. I am grateful for my viewers. I appreciate their viewership. I do appreciate some of their comments. But just because I do not react by replying to their comments, to every one of them, the reason why I don't is because, 1, it'd take up too much time that I need for other things, and 2, if there's a comment that I appreciate or a viewer that I appreciate for their comment, I usually put a thumbs up on them. Some of them get hearted as well. That's probably about the best I can do for most people, because a lot of times there are questions out there that I, 1, don't have an answer for, or 2, I'm just kind of like, how do I answer that? I used to try, and I'm probably going to go back to it, one of the things I used to do before answering or doing videos would write down comments that I felt needed answering or needed to be addressed. I don't bully anybody. I really don't. If some of the things that I say come off to you as being bullying, well, I do apologize to whomever you think I'm bullying. If you really, I've seen people out there who bully more than I do. I hate to say it, but look at what Dee had done several times. She took old videos and critiqued them and made her comments about old videos. To me, that's bullying, because you're taking old news and you're trying to turn it into something new or something that it wasn't meant as in the first place. It is her viewpoint and her opinion of those videos, and I could care less, because that 2 of the videos that she used were 3 years old. They were old videos. I've been doing this for almost 3 years, and I'm like, I literally watched the videos that she was watching, and I went, that video is like from 2019, 2020. Like 2 to 3 year old video that she's critiquing, and I'm like, that was then, this is now. Things fucking happen. Things change. If people don't realize that because they're not smart enough to do their own research, well, that's on them. And if that right there sounded like bullying, well, that's on you. Because, yeah, I get mad. I get upset. We all do. I don't hold anything in. Excuse me. 2 reasons why I don't hold anything in. 1, I found out way back in my teens, it's not a good thing. Because the more you hold in, the more upset you get. The more upset you get, the more frustrated you get. And then the more likely it is for you to literally go off the go off the chain like I did February. And I think it was February of this year. And I regretted it. And I took the video down because the factor was like, yeah, that was way harsh. That was really bad. And I don't expect everybody to watch my videos. I don't expect anybody to do anything except for whatever they choose to do. That's why usually when I start talking about the subscribing button, I usually say if you want to, if you feel up to it. I don't sit there and go, oh, you watched my video, now you gotta join. No. You watch my video. If you liked it and you want to hear more, that's fine and dandy. It's your choice to click the button. I don't demand anything from anybody. I don't even demand anything from Jerry Ann. I demand a lot from me. And I try to give all I can. In fact, I am so giving that it hurts sometimes. And I don't mean it hurts me physically. I mean it hurts me in a lot of different other ways. I don't know how many times Jerry has come to me and go, hey, one of her besties is kind of strapped. She needs a loan. And it's usually not a lot of money, but still, it's money that she wants to give to one of her besties. And I can sit there and go, no, I've got other purposes for that money for myself. No, I don't do that. I just go, okay, sure. Because one, that's the type of person I am. Two, I know that the money we loan out has always been paid back in full. And they've helped us out on many occasions when we were strapped. And this is a couple years ago. We haven't been that strapped lately, thank God. But, yeah. I will give what I can give without question, without demanding, payment or return. They're people we know. They're good people. We know they're good for, giving the money back. The world today is so, especially America. I don't know about the whole world, but America is so upside down and backwards that it's a testing time. It's a test of your merit. It's a test of your spirit more than anything else. Yeah, I know gas prices are small town Rolla. I have never seen gas prices above $4. Last time I drove past a gas station, it was like almost $4.50 a gallon, and I'm like, oh, I feel sorry for people who live in the city because the fact that it's probably above $6. In New York, God, I don't even want to think about what the prices are in New York, especially in the big city. Now, in the big city, I wouldn't worry about it because I'd be like, oh, yeah, I can purchase a bus ticket that will last me a week for just about as much money, if not less, than it would to put gas in my car. I'll take public transportation. I just think that if we followed our hearts, and if we're, I don't want to say pure of heart because I don't know of anybody who's pure of heart nowadays, but if we follow the goodness of our hearts, I think we can make this country a better country. Problem is, there's too many people who have too many different human ideas, and like I said to one person once, I would rather deal with a wild pack of wolves than people. Because people can be conniving. They could be, plotting other ideas. At least with the pack of wolves, you understand that there's a hierarchy. There's a pecking order. They have a method of doing what they do. And there's no sneaking around the backside or, doing the shell game where it's, hey, look what I'm doing over here. Look at the bright lights over here. While over here on the side, I'm plotting to steal your money or plotting to ruin your life or whatever. Wild animals are straightforward. You know where you stand just by their attitude and their actions. And depending on your reaction to their action, depends on what they do. I rather live by the rules of Mother Nature than the rules of this country sometimes. And it's not that I don't like this country or the people of this country. There's too much negativity. I mean, I don't 100% care about the rules and regulations of this country because I know that as long as I'm living properly and I'm not doing anything to cause a ruckus or harm or anything like that, nobody's going to pay attention to what I do. Government won't care because I'm not breaking their rules and regulations. I just don't like the factor of how people treat each other. It doesn't matter what your status is. It doesn't matter how much money you make or what kind of office you have or what kind of cars you have. None of that matters, because if God decided that he wanted to wipe out everything that we have now, all our tech, all the things that we've built in the last 300 years, he can push us all the way back to the Stone Age in a blink of an eye. And yeah, I know a lot of us will wake up going, what the, and go nuts because can't turn on a light, my phone doesn't work, my digital clock didn't work. Food in the refrigerator is spoiling because there's no electrical energy. See, one of the things I learned by going to Yellowstone. Now, yes, Yellowstone, I had food, I had electrical energy, I had everything of the modern world. But my phone didn't always work because, in fact, I didn't have a good signal. For the most part, I was relying on my wits. I got up in the morning, I did my job, I did whatever I had to, and then it was, what are you going to do, Jim? You're going to go to sleep, you're going to read, you're going to take a walk, what are you going to do? That didn't matter. That don't even matter. What matters is how we treat each other. Some of the questions I've received or seen on my channel and my wife's channel makes me wonder about people. Because some of the questions or some of the comments are just like, do you have no common sense? Do you have no dignity? Do you have any manner or bone in your body that makes you want to be polite and understanding and try to converse with the other person that you're trying to converse with with a dignity, with politeness, with kindness, with understanding, with love? Because a lot of times I don't see that. And I haven't seen it on particular websites. It's like, can we not live with grace? Can we not live with love? Can we not live with the decency or understanding that Jesus himself would use to deal with other people? Bible teaches us to live like Jesus, to love thy neighbor. Don't matter what your neighbor. I mean, you could be on the side of the tracks that has nice houses and nice cars and nicely dressed people, and then your neighbor on the other side of the tracks could be living in a trailer park, looking like they haven't eaten in a day or two, or something like that. We're supposed to love them no matter what. Now, I know I have trouble sometimes because of the factor I think, okay, I gotta love people like I love myself. Problem is, I don't always love myself. So there are days where I don't love other people. But still, we have to live a certain way. It's what the Bible teaches us. It don't matter what, it doesn't matter what denomination you are, Christian, Catholic, Baptist, Presbyterian, Pentecostal. It doesn't even matter if you're Buddhist or one of the other religions. If we're Christian, Christians are supposed to love each other no matter what. If you believe in God, you're supposed to love each other no matter what. A lot of the pagan cultures teach the same thing: to love love one another like a brother or a sister. The only time that changes for a lot of pagans is if you stab them in the back. Then things change. But anyhow, I have to get off this. My wife just tried to call me to let me know what time it was. So I'm gonna leave you with those thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments about the video, go ahead and click on the question comment box and put in your comment. And if you want to join, your choice, you can click the subscribe button and then hit the little bell that pops up, and YouTube will let you know when I put in my next video. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.